Hey everyone, Vincent here from XVS Productions, and today in this video tutorial, we're going to be looking at creating this nice dark liquid energy gel effect. As you see in front of you, it's very easy to use, very customizable, and you can add on to this really easily by adding particles in the background, etc., and add on to it and create your own product files using this animation in this video tutorial. So before we get started, all you need to know is to follow the video tutorial. You don't need to be smart or experimental with it, and all that, so just no background knowledge needed. And shout out to my friend Shannon Lee, my valedictorian. Yeah, so let's get started with this video tutorial. Let's create a new composition, and we're going to name it Dark Energy, and do whatever you want with the width and height. I'm going to make mine 640 by 360 for fast forwarding purposes. 30 seconds long is fine. Click OK. So now we have a blank composition. I'm going to hit Control Y or Command Y if you're on the Mac and create a new solid layer, and we're going to name this Fractal Energy. Make it comp size, black is fine, click OK. And now we're going to go to the effects and presets, and we're going to search fractal noise. Under noise and grain, we're going to drag the fractal noise in. And sorry for my speed because I only have 10 minutes and we have a lot to cover. So let's get started on this. And for the fractal type, we're going to go to turbulent basic, and soft linear to linear, contrast to 150. And let's just scale it up. Let's go to the transform and scale it up to 120. And now we're going to keyframe the evolution. So start from the beginning at 0 seconds and hit a stopwatch for the evolution and go to your end. And depending on how long your composition is, you might want to change the settings right here. But I'm going to put mine to 5, so it involves 5 times in the course of 30 seconds. And then what we want to do now is go to the ellipse tool and pretty much mask and make an ellipse for the fractal energy. So create one right here and just create a really thin ellipse down the center. Hit F on the keyboard and feather the mask out about 80 pixels. It's a little bit too much, maybe 45. Alright, so click on that fractal energy, and then we're going to go to the effects and presets again and search vector blur under blur and sharpen. Click and drag that into the layer. And let's pump up the amount to about 45. So we have that nice energy effect. And pretty much just experimenting thing. You want to experiment it and see what you can create. I'm going to just expand my mask out a little bit. That's a little bit too small. And play around with the feathering until you create something like that. And now we want to add some color to this, so we're going to go and add some color correction. So select your layer, fractal energy, and then we're going to go to effect and actually go to color correction and curves. Now depending on what color you want to change these curve settings, but I want a blue color, so I'm going to go to the blue channel and just raise it up a notch so we have blue tint, and go to the red channel and decrease the red so we get this nice teal blue color. And go to the RGB and add some contrast to this. Like that. So now you have this nice effect. Now we can add a glow to this to enhance this. So let's go to the effects and presets and type in glow. And under stylize, you see glow. Drag that into the layer. And we're going to change the radius down to maybe about 5. Threshold up, so it's not as strong. And change the glow dot dimensions to vertical right here. So we have this nice looking effect. Now if you scroll through this, you see the energy is moving. It's looking a little bit too basic, so we need to change the complexity a little bit. Go back to the fractal noise and change the complexity up from 6 to maybe about 8, so we get more detailed. And basically, you can play around with the fractal type. You can change this to basic, which gives you a little bit different a look. And you can change it to swirly, or maybe, or cloudy. I used to do rocky. It gives you this nice effect. And pretty much now, if you're a professional or you're a more advanced user, you might have third-party plugins. I am an advanced user myself, so I have third-party plugins. I have the Trapcode edition, and so we're going to apply a effect, Trapcode Shine. You might not be able to see it. You might not have this effect only if you have Red Giant softwares, but go to the effects and presets. If you have a Trapcode Shine, I highly suggest you use it. So go to the effects and presets and type in Shine, And under Trapcode, we'll pull that in, drop into the fractal energy, and then first thing we're going to do is change the transfer mode to add, so we see our original art energy. And then we're going to go to the colorize and change the shadow from red to whatever color your energy is to this nice blue, and change the mid-tone to a lighter tint of that blue. And we want to increase the ray length a little bit and increase the boost light so you get this nice energy. Now I think this is a little bit too much feathering. Play around with the mask, and that's looking really good. Now if we just go through this, you get this nice shine energy animation, and it's pretty easy to achieve. And now you may not have Trapcode Shine, but you can also apply a light burst under generate, so you can check that out yourself. Now to create the 3D text, it's a little bit different, but a really similar technique to my 3D shader effect. Let's create a new composition for the text, and I'm going to make it pretty big because I want it to look really good. Change the composition name to text_01 for your first text. So now you have this big composition. We're going to go to layer, new text. I'm going to type in my name. That's fine. Now we're going to go to layer, layer styles, and we're going to go to gradient overlay to give it a nice gradient overlay. I'm going to make mine a little bit black, so go to the gradient overlay section and click edit gradient, which will bring the gradient editor up. We're going to add a node in the middle, and we're going to make it a little bit dark gray. Go to the first point, make it a pretty dark gray. It's a little bit darker. And add another stop here, make it pretty dark. And bring it close together so we have this nice gloss effect right here. And create another one and make it dark itself. Again, like I said before, basically you need to experiment with this to achieve the effect you want. That's looking really good. Now we're going to apply a stroke, so layer styles. It's under here called stroke. Go to the settings and change the color to a dark gray, and change the size to 2, and position to inside. And then we're going to go to layer styles again and apply a bevel and emboss, and I'm going to expand this. Go to the bevel and emboss options and change the size to about 2. So you have this nice 3D effect. You can play around with the angle to achieve whatever effect you want. That may be a little bit too much bevel for me, so maybe 1. So you have that nice text. Now we can go back and create another composition. Name it 3D text 01, so you know that it's the 3D text for that text. And basically drag in the text 01 that we created, and we're going to duplicate it and scale down the bottom layer to 98.7. See that nice 3D effect, and then we're going to apply a curve to it to make it a little bit darker. Give it some depth and some shadows, so you create this nice 3D effect right here. And we're going to drag this 3D text into our energies composition. Just drag it in on top of the energy. And we have our text. It's too large. We're going to scale it down like so. So just like that, we have our nice text already. I'm on half resolution for rendering speeds, but change it to full. You can scale that down, move it down, position it, and add a glow to it, add Trapcode Shine to it, add whatever you want to it. But I just thought that'd be cool to add some text tutorials on here to create this nice looking text. And that's how you create the nice energy. Really easy video tutorial, and you can download the project file in the video description on the side. Just a really basic video tutorial. It's not really supposed to teach you anything specifically, but it's basically to give you an idea on what you can create and use what you learn in the video tutorial. Use what you learn in the fractal noise and color correction and shine and glow. Use what you learn in how to create text and add it to your own project and incorporate that. So thanks for watching, guys. Check out my video tutorials for more. Comment, rate, subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.